Hello, good Sunday morning, everybody. It's Wendy here from Wendy's Craft Den, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. No, you can't see that. No, I'll put it in, and that's all you've got to remember is Wendy's Craft Den, and then you get all of my Facebook, my Facebook, my YouTube, and there's a blogger as well, but I haven't kept up very much with the blogger, so it's a bit out of date. Right, what I'm doing this morning, I'm just showing you the basics even of box making. Now, whatever size you want your box, not quite sure. Right, this is going to be, okay, a 6x6 inch box. Getting in trouble talking today. Now, I've cut this piece here by 8x8 because I want a 1 inch either side of it, okay, with the border. Now, if I wanted a deeper border, I would have to add, because this piece here is 8x8, okay, and I've scored it down to 6x6 by putting on the scoreboard and scoring an inch all the way around. So we'll start off with this one, I think. Yes, it's the 8x8. So if, for example, you wanted to do, I don't know, 4x4, and you wanted it 3 inches deep, so you 4x4, and then you add on both sides. So you add on 6 inches. So you would then need a 10x10 piece of card. Okay, now that I've written all over it, I'm going to try and erase it. So don't forget that, whatever you want, 4x4, you want 2 inches, and you go 6 inches, and you halve that. I hope that makes sense. Oh, never mind. I should work along with you now, and we'll see how far we get. Now, I like to use cream as my base. I always find white a bit too stark. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut into these corners. You cut along the score line, and then just make a little nick, almost like you're cutting that score line off. So I'm going to go around each one of these. This was just, like I said, this will be a basic box. I will be adding to the box as I go along, and making other boxes to fit inside this box. You know what I mean. Oops. Right, now what I like to do, I like to turn it over onto the reverse, and then I've got some double-sided tape that I stick to. Right, stick it on. Don't let it go over the score line, okay? What I'm also going to use, see, it's a bit much. I'll cut them off now in a minute. Right. I can scrunch that up, that's okay, but we need to cut this off the ear, because if we don't, this will even off there. What I did forget to say also is, before you cut the corners, just, gently score all of the score lines. No, fold all the score lines. Right, go. Right, turned it over. Now what I want to do is, where is it? Oh, yeah, well, I found my score, not this one, my scoring tool, and it's in the scoring board. Silly place to put a score tool, I don't know. Right, I've just scored them, burnished them, or rubbed them a bit, Just going to trim that one away because I'm not too happy with that one. It was lying over the top a bit. So by scoring over them, you are just reinforcing, you're making sure that the glue underneath sticks to the card rather than you take it off when you do this. You could, right, did you see that then? That was just what I did there. Right, what I'm doing now, I'm just going to push it in slightly. Right, I'm going to do the same there, push it in. I'm also going to put a little bit of glue, but I'm only going to be dotting it, okay? Now what I like to do, I like to do sort of one side at a time, okay? So you bring this, push that one in and line it up with that score line there. And then you bring this up so that they sit across there. Look quick what happened to that corner. And again, I'm going to do this side, bring that down. The important bit is that you get these corners aligned properly. Right, put some glue on these bits. And because the double-sided tape is there, you don't have to wait for ages and hold it while it you don't have to hold it until it sticks. For the glue to take effect, right, I'm going to push that one back a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, there we go, we have our little box. Now then the lids. Okay, we do the same with the lids, but I've done it an eighth bigger, so it's 8 and an eighth by 8 and an eighth. Now this is how you should do it properly. This just gives you that little bit of an extra, size, so that you can it fits over the top of the box then. Right, that's what you should have done the first time. Right, here we go again. We clip it to the, it must be non-stick. No, they are very good scissors actually, Fiskars. And I've been looking for some scissors because, as you can imagine, I do use a lot of glue and sticky stuff. So, you see that little bit there that's catching it. Be careful when you're doing this, because these are very sharp scissors, and I wouldn't want you to cut your fingers doing as I do, not as I say, as they say. I don't think it matters really how much cut you do, as long as you cut away that's, well, this score line here, because if you don't, it won't sit properly. Right, turn that over. Now I'm sticking to everything now. Do that once again. A little bit of double-sided tape. I thought you could get, I thought that you could buy sort of double-sided tape, but in little pieces. I know we've got dimensionals, but obviously with this you wouldn't want dimensionals, you would want it flat. So I'll have to think about that one again, I think. Right, just rub that in so that I can take this top layer off easily. I will be referring back to this video when I make other boxes. Dibble dabble. Right, put the lid back on that. I hope you've got a lovely Sunday planned, and the weather is good for you. I'm not totally sure what the weather's going to be like here today, but it looks a bit grey at the moment. If you just push that up a bit, it looks a bit grey out there in Pembrokeshire. You sure those bits are lined properly. You see there, what I haven't cut into that enough, so I was getting that bulge. Oh dear, come on Wendy. Not always a good idea if I do this first thing in the morning. I don't know what got into my head this morning, I don't know, but now you see Wendy on an early morning start. Not best way, is it? To start your Sunday watching me, this funny little Welsh woman. Right, so now, when I put this on, there, yeah, you will have to wiggle it a bit, but there we go. You've now got your box. You've got an 1/8 of an inch extra, like I said, all the way round. So that is the main box. Okay, now then, I did want to do another project with this beautiful paper, because I did say that I have got quite a few projects in mind. So let's see how this is now. Oh dear. Right, so this is an 8x8 top. So what I want to do, I want to take a 1/4 of an inch all the way along. So instead of 8x8, no I won't, I'll do a 7, yeah, let's try, I'll do 7 3/4 to see how it looks. And if it's not quite enough, I shall cut it a bit more. Beautiful paper. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Right, let's try that on there. Well, that's a total. Let's try that again, shall we? Do you know what I did, didn't you? It's not actually an 8x8, is it? Here, it's a 6x6. Oh, Wendy, you're a muppet. You really are a muppet. So we need to do 5 3/4, and like I said, we'll see what that looks like. Really, it all depends on how much gap you like around your box. So you see, now to me, that's not too bad. But then, you know, I would like maybe it to be a bit more. So what do we do this? 5 3/4, wasn't it? Yeah. No, so that's about the smallest I can get for the moment. So you stick that on top, and that makes it. I'll tell you what, I'll do it now. No time like the present. Yes, I got a few little surprises to make on the boxes with boxes. I think this is project 4 I've got at the moment. Again, I'm giving it a good squish. I don't know, do we need a bit of... Yeah, don't forget, when you're cutting the lids, measure that piece, not the bigger piece. Go back and do that one now. I do tend to change my mind 1 minute. Oh yes, that looks nice, and then, oh, I don't know. Right, that's all off. Right, just make sure that this piece is also off, because otherwise it's not going to stick. There we go. Try and have a cloth or something next to you that is damp, not wet. I don't want to give you the wrong idea of a wet cloth. You know, just have one that's, you know, just slightly damp. So if you get any ink on your fingers, right? So what we'll do now is we'll take the lid off the box and then put it back on. So there we go. It's project number 4 of the Blackberry suite. Like I said, please keep this. Well, it'll be on a playlist in any case, but keep it because I will be referring back to the basic box. Thank you for watching. Bye.